Okay, you might not be into basketball, but let me explain to you how Kyrie Irving went from being one of the most controversial players in the NBA to everyone kind of rooting for him. My name is Mariah, and this is a series called Hoops for Hotties, where I explain what's going on in the basketball world to the girls, the gays, the theys, and the straight men who don't want to admit they don't know anything about basketball. And I'm going to give you a full timeline of all of the drama and tea with Kyrie Irving. In 2011, Kyrie was drafted to the Cavs under the impression that he was the future of the franchise. But after a few years, the narrative changed when LeBron James decided to return to Cleveland from Miami in hopes of bringing a championship to his hometown for the first time in franchise history. And in 2016, they succeeded and won a championship against the Golden State Warriors. Then things start getting weird when Kyrie claims that he thinks the earth is flat. And people were up in arms about this, like this was the biggest deal in the world at the time. Next thing you know, Kyrie Irving demands a trade from Cleveland because he doesn't want to play with LeBron anymore. There were so many reasons, including the fact that playing with LeBron comes with a different type of media attention and pressure, and he felt like he could reach his full potential being a star somewhere else. Kyrie was 25 years old and still had $60 million and 3 years left on his contract. Then Kyrie gets traded to Boston. He claims he wants to stay in Boston, he loves it there, he never wants to leave. But things were not going smoothly in Boston, and the narrative became Kyrie is simply not a leader and he doesn't know how to lead a team. He would even kind of throw his teammates under the bus and call them young and blame them when they would lose. So right after telling Boston fans that he would never leave, he decides to leave. So he goes to Brooklyn, teams up with another superstar, Kevin Durant. It seemed like a match made in heaven because Kyrie was trying to beat the allegations that he was a bad leader and he couldn't win a championship without LeBron. And KD was trying to beat the allegations that he couldn't win a championship without Steph Curry. And they both wanted to go to Brooklyn, build their own thing, and prove they could really do it on their own. But it ended up being full of drama. Eventually, James Harden joins them, and they became the very thing that they were trying to run away from, and that is a full-blown super team, favorites to win the championship. And in 2021, peak COVID time, Kyrie is spotted in a video at a birthday party without a mask on, which breaks the NBA's COVID-19 protocols. He ends up missing a total of 7 games. Early in the playoffs that year, Kyrie is playing against his former team, the Boston Celtics, and he was booed relentlessly. He ends up stepping on their logo intentionally, which is like basketball bad etiquette. Then the COVID vaccination comes out and Kyrie refuses to take it. Because he played in New York and New York had laws against this, he was not able to play in any home games that season. He ended up playing in only 29 of the 82 games that season, leaving his teammates high and dry. Then Kyrie basically chose to continue his contract with the Brooklyn Nets and then demanded a trade. Then he starts posting some controversial conspiracy theories and stuff on social media and ended up sharing a movie that was deemed to be anti-Semitic. People were pissed. There was even fans sitting courtside at one of his games wearing Fight Anti-Semitism shirts. He ended up basically refusing to apologize for the situation and just doubling down on the anti-Semitic movie posts, like basically saying like, I didn't make the documentary. So next thing you know, he gets suspended. He even ended up getting dropped from his Nike deal and continued to double down by covering up his Nike shoe with duct tape and writing, I am free. Thank you, God, I am. Also, during his time with the Brooklyn Nets, he opened up a season by saying he will not be talking to the media at all, even though it's part of an NBA player's contract to talk to them. He ends up leaving Brooklyn and joining the Dallas Mavericks. And it ends up being a match made in heaven. You see, people didn't believe that Kyrie and Luka playing together would work, but it does. And even though everyone doubted that Kyrie could lead a team, it's kind of seemed like he has really taken on that leadership role with the Mavs. He talks openly about his journey. He even thanked his therapist after winning Game 6 against the Clippers and connecting with his Native American heritage. And if they beat the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals, he has the opportunity to possibly finally win a championship without LeBron James and being in somebody like LeBron's shadow. So I guess things have really worked out and come full circle for Kyrie.